Hi, it's Barb, Meeple PhD, and my favorite play of November 2022 was Seventh Continent. My spouse and I love story-driven games. We have, done Sleeping God several times and the campaign modes of Now or Never and Near and Far. This is one that I hadn't played and I'd been seeking out for a while. I'd missed out on the Kickstarters and it's been really hard to find. I picked it up earlier this year at a charity auction, and we finally got to play it. We set aside all of Thanksgiving Day to play it. Since we don't travel that day or see family, we look at it as a day to pull out, some really big games and, just play them all day and get as far as we can get. So this Thanksgiving we played Seventh Continent. Spoiler, I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to give you any spoilers about the scenario that we played. This was my first play of it. You are an adventurer who has visited the Seventh Continent and come back with some kind of curse. And there are different scenarios where it's different curses that you're trying to break, and you basically go back to the island, the continent, and are trying to break the curse. Throughout the game, you are managing your life force, which is this deck of cards. You use it to do skill checks in order to see if you're successful at things that you're trying to do. But there are also some skill checks where you don't need any skill, you're just basically wasting time. And once you get through this deck, then you're kind of in this danger zone where the game could end very quickly. So part of the game is trying to figure out how to do those skill checks more quickly with fewer cards to mitigate that, or to figure out ways to put cards back in the deck. And so, you're spending part of your time doing that while also trying to drive along the narrative and explore this board. We kind of likened it to a point and click video game, back in the day, which I loved. I loved exploring all the things, in a video game like that, which this had, elements of that where you want to explore everything that you possibly can. But in order to get to the end, you maybe can't do that because you have this limited life force. And so I really liked the balance of that. I enjoyed the narrative that's going on in this first scenario. And I'm looking forward to trying again and hopefully breaking that curse so that we can move on and see what other curses we've picked up from the Seventh Continent. Anyway, that's my pick for November 2022. I'm Meeple PhD. Everywhere on Instagram and Twitter, also on YouTube. I have my own channel where I connect astronomy and board games. We'll see you next month.